Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about a Roland electric piano that is not turning on. I'll be going over the easiest fixes so that hopefully you can get your Roland electric piano to turn on and work once again. Now this is my relatively new Roland FP10 digital electric piano, depending on what you want to call it. It's absolutely incredible. And you know, these products, these digital pianos by Roland are just so durable. So the chances or the likelihood of it not turning on or having a problem are very slim, but it does happen from time to time. So I'm going to outline 5 easy things that you can try out. Let's get right into the video. And just so you know, just this mark over here is a scab I was just raking a ton of leaves. It's fall when I'm filming this. And I just finished raking the leaves, and yeah, it really hurts, but we're gonna go on with the video. In case you're wondering what this red mark is on my thumb, I just finished explaining to my kids what it was because they're like, "Daddy, what's on your thumb? What is that?" I said, "You see all the raking that Daddy did? That's what it's from." Anyways, back to business. Number one, the most obvious thing you gotta check is the power source working? So often, things don't work, devices or products don't work, and we think it's the product. But in reality, your power source might not be working. So make sure that your power source is working. In this case, I can see this light right here, which tells me that the power source is working. But if you're ever in doubt, what you can do is, especially if you have a GFCI, it might have tripped, right? If you have something like this, it might have tripped without you even knowing it. But what you want to do is just plug in a phone charger to the outlet, and you want to plug it into the exact one that you're testing. So I would plug the phone charger into this one down here. Because on most outlets, they're connected, both the top and the bottom. They're bridged, as we like to call it in electrical terms. But on some outlets, they're not. So, you know, you want to plug into the exact one that you're testing out and make sure that it works. Make sure your power source is working. That's number one. Number two, is your power cord plugged into the piano properly? So your power cord plugs into the back of the piano, and it's somewhere back here. Let's just see, right over here. So it plugs in right over here. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but it plugs in right over there. Now, when you plug something in, you know, you plug it in properly, but sometimes you walk by, your foot touches the cord, or something happens, someone's walking by the back and, you know, their jacket pulls on the cord. Sometimes it unplugs it slightly. And even if it's plugged in almost all the way, sometimes that's not enough to give you a good connection to power it on. So make sure that it's plugged into the back of the digital piano properly. That's number two. Because I know you might have plugged it in properly, but things happen all the time that cause these things to unplug even slightly, okay? Number three, what you want to try to do is press and hold the power button. Now, I don't know if this works because I looked in the manual, I looked all over, and I couldn't exactly find this method, but when I searched through online, the forums, what people were saying is sometimes, you know, there's a residual power in the unit, just like on a computer or on a TV or anything like that, and you want to drain out that residual power. So unplug it, press and hold the power button down for like 30 seconds, and that should drain out the residual power. Then plug it back in and try it out. And what that does is that, I believe, gives it like a soft reset. So it sort of drains out all the power. And then when you plug it back in, it gives it more power, it gives it new power, which will then kind of like reset the digital piano. And the motherboard / computer inside of there will hopefully reset. And maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe it's a software issue, or I guess it could be a hardware issue, but a software / hardware issue, both. And you want to try that out. So just to clarify for number three, unplug it, press and hold the power button down for about 30 seconds to drain out all the residual power, then plug it back in and try turning it on. See if that works. Number four, very simple. You just want to unplug it and plug it back in, which I kind of already said with the last one, but believe it or not, this might work. You know, unplug it for 30 seconds, plug it back in. That will also hopefully reset it. And obviously, if you've tried number three, you don't necessarily have to try number four, but just try it anyways, because sometimes these things work. I know it's crazy, but we're essentially dealing with computers here, and computers can be finicky, and sometimes the most random things fix, and we all know that's true. Last but not least is number five, which hopefully, I should have said at the beginning of the video, but you should have stayed tuned for this one, because this is probably the most rarest, the most rare occurrence, but it's also the one that will stump you the most. It's most likely to stump you. You want to take headphones and plug the headphones in to your Roland digital piano, okay? Then you want to press the power button, press the volume up a few times, and play some notes. And if you hear sounds coming out of the headphones, then your piano has been turned on, but all of the lights over here and the speaker system are not working, which can be a hardware or a software issue. So by plugging in the headphones, you're rerouting the sound to go to the headphones. By pressing the power button, you're turning it on, assuming it can be turned on. By pressing the volume up button many times, you're cranking up the volume so you know that if it is working, you're going to be able to hear it in the headphones. And when you try that, when you play some keys, if you hear it in the headphones, then it's not that the piano won't turn on, but the problem is that it's not showing you that it's turned on, and maybe the speakers aren't working. So you want to look into that further at that point, but it's definitely an experiment to do, and that's essentially it. If your Roland Electric Piano is not turning on, those are 5 of the easiest fixes that you can try out. Hopefully one of them works for you and you get it working once again so you can play your melodies and harmonies so that everyone can hear them and it can sound great. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but in reality, if you have a piano like this, you probably want to play it so that everyone can hear, or at least you yourself can hear and practice. But yeah, hopefully one of them works for you and you can sort out your issue. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.